Hey, it is Craig the Pool Man with Pool Specialist. Today we have a short video for you on how to properly backwash a filter. So without any further ado, let's go and demonstrate how to backwash filter. All right, so first we're going to empty the pump basket on our pump. And so the first thing that we have to do is we're going to come over here and we're going to close our valves. So this is actually our main drain. We're going to close that. So the off on this is going to be over this pipe. There's actually a door here. And as you turn that knob, that door would rotate. So now the door's over here and it's not closing out anything. But we're going to actually close off this pipe. And then this is one of the skimmers. We're going to close off that pipe. And then this is the other skimmer, and we're going to close off that pipe. And this way, what happens is when we open up the pump basket, the water will not come back and go back into the pool, and we won't lose prime. So let's come over to the pump basket. And of course, the pump is off at this point. And then this is just going to pop off and like this. And we'll take our lid, take our pump basket out, and we're going to empty this and clean it. Now it's very important that this basket does not have any cracks or holes in it. If this basket is weak and has any cracks or holes in it, then it was going to have to be replaced, because if dirt and debris gets through this basket that's any bigger than these holes in it, it's going to clog the impeller on this pump. And then you'll have to take the pump apart, clean the impeller. And that's not something that the typical homeowner can do. So be very careful. Also, a lot of these baskets only will fit in a certain way, and it needs to be all the way down in order to get the lid on it. So you shouldn't be able to put it in that way where the hole has to line up with the pipe that's coming into the filter. If it does not, then debris can get underneath the basket and make it into the impeller, and again, that's going to cause problems with the pump. So most pump baskets are configured that they can only fit in one direction and must be all the way down in order to get the lid on. So then you take your lid, and we lost our O-ring, which is blocking our lid from coming on. So we take our lid and we put it down, and then we twist it kind of nice and snug and tight. Now you'll see there's an align button here and a align button here. Some filter lids or pump lids also have a front, and so it would say front here, and of course that would mean that it would come up to align with this. So that's locked into place. Now we can come over to the valves and we can open the main drain. This main drain should be at about a 45-degree angle, because you want to limit the amount of water that's coming in from the main drain. And then the skimmers, you want all the way open. The reason why you do that is the more debris you remove from the top of the pool, the less debris that winds up on the bottom of the pool. And it's a whole lot harder to vacuum the pool than to empty out skimmer baskets. So we've got all or most of our water coming in through the skimmers, and we've restricted the main drain. So the more efficient your skimmers are, the less work you're going to have to do vacuuming the pool, and it's going to keep your pool a whole lot cleaner and look a whole lot better. So the pump is off, and now what we're going to do is we're going to go up to the multi-port, and it is in filter mode right now. If you depress the handle, then you can swing it around, and it's labeled, and we're going to put it into backwash. Now, once it's in backwash, then we can turn our pump on. So let's go ahead and turn the pump on. And you want to turn it on in a high-speed mode, and you can hear the pump ramping up. We're going to run our pump for roughly 3 to 5 minutes. And there's actually a sight glass on the back of here on this particular one. And what you'll notice is after about 15 to 30 seconds, the water going through here will start getting dirty. And then you're going to continue to run it until that water clears up. Once that water clears up, you can also look at where your backwash is coming out of. Some of the multi-ports have a clear tube over here, which you'll use as your sight glass to determine that the water is clear. So now we've run it for roughly 3 to 5 minutes, and we're going to shut the pump off. It's extremely important that you shut the pump off in between changing the positions on the valve. If you don't, there is something in here called a spider gasket, and you will lift that spider gasket or destroy it, and then you will wind up having to replace this entire multi-port. So never switch this valve when the pump is running. Always make sure the pump is off. So now we're going to depress the back of it. We're going to come over to rinse. And now we're going to turn the pump on. And we're going to run this for roughly 15 to 30 seconds. Once we run this for 15 to 30 seconds, again, you'll see the sight glass clear up. And what we've done in backwashing, we have the water go into the bottom of the filter and out the top of the filter, removing the debris that has collected on the top of the sand of the filter. When you do that, you disrupt the sand and the parts in the bottom of the filter, and so that you don't get dirt back into your pool, you're going to go ahead and you're going to rinse it. Once you rinse it, you go ahead and take it, depress the back of it, bring it over into filter mode, and now you're going to turn your pump back on. There's a couple other modes on here which are very important to know. One is waste. So if I'm looking to empty the pool without messing up my filter, if the pool is really trashed, I can put it on waste mode. If something happens to the filter, it gets overclogged or it gets a leak in it, there is a section here that's called recirculate, and that will bypass the whole filter, just take the water coming into it and put it into the return. You also have a closed position. I would recommend that you don't use that. That could cause pressure in the filter and lock it up and make it very difficult to switch positions of this multi-port. So now we have it in the filter position. Now that we've got it back in the filter position, we can turn our pump on. But again, it is imperative that you shut the pump off in between backwashing and rinsing and filtering. Now you can hear the pump gearing up, so we've completed our backwash. Make sure that you look at your backwash line and you check to make sure that there's no water coming out of it. If you have water coming out of it, then you're going to need to figure out what's gone wrong with this multi-port. But if you don't check it and you have water coming out, you're going to wind up emptying your pool. So again, it is imperative that you verify that you are truly in filter mode and that you've got the correct pressure on the filter. Unfortunately, the filter gauge is facing a more convenient spot for servicing the pool, but typically you'll notice that you will backwash your filter when you have an increase of about 10 psi on your filter gauge, and after you backwash, you should go back down to 10 psi. A lot of times we'll mark on the gauge or on the top of the filter and tell you what the backwashed filter pressure should be or the clean filter pressure should be, and keep aware of that. That's it for backwashing the filter. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it educational. If you did, please drop us a like. Thank you for watching and have a great day.